actually in my hotel room right now for a conference here in Hollywood. As you can see,
Oh,
I have one of my domains that I've actually purchased way back in the days,
nice.
topnotches.com. But so you can figure out what conference I'm at right now. I'll let that for the imagination. Uh, what you guys been up to this past week?
Just kind of getting ready, gearing things up for the year, and we have a trying to talk to some developers to get this site stuff doing that Keith and I are working on, and trying to catch up on the group that we both run, and getting ready for a new virtual conference that's coming up the end of the month. So trying to
Mhm.
get my stuff ready for that. So yeah.
How about you, Keith?
Onboarding a new plumber. I've got met with a remodeler yesterday for bathroom and kitchen. That's going to be competitive.
Mhm.
Also a
Oh,
new pest guy too. So and still recovering and working on my sexy voice. With I'm on a lot of drugs, so I might say something crazy, but I'm getting better. I'm feeling better
We're
every
all
day.
we're
I
used to it.
love it. So wait, what's the group that you guys are working on or that you guys have going on?
Yeah, so we run a group called Trident Rank Method. You can just go to tridentrankmethod.com. We teach everything regarding Google Business, so works hand in hand with this show. But yeah, we cover local SEO too, local marketing. But yeah, it's really for everybody. We have several business owners in there that figured they wanted to quit working with SEOs and try to figure this out themselves. And then we have agencies as well. So we've got people from all walks of life.
And that is all we do is exclusive local business. So it's
Mm.
Yep.
maps, it's websites, it's the traffic, where do you get it? How do you get good links and making good content? That's all we focus on.
Yep.
Love it, love it. You mentioned local marketing, JP. Like if you didn't know, if you guys are in the Bay Area, if you go to meetup.com/local marketing, meetup.com/local marketing, JP and I are hosting a local marketing meetup in Concord, California. It's in the East Bay, so it's in between both where him and I live in the Bay Area. So check us out. It's on January 24th, I believe. January 24th. Go to local marketing meetup.com/local marketing to get more information on that. And again, I'm also part of the agency FastTrack by Lisa. You can go to agency FastTrack
2025.
2025.com, agency FastTrack 2025.com to check out more information on that. And I'll be speaking about how to look good on camera, how to get the angles right. And like right now, like, just being how to position and the lighting and everything like that is how to look good on camera and close some deals there. All right, so let's get right into the show, guys. Oh,
Hey, GBP roast, GBP roast. Sorry, you in danger. Right now, I gotta flame you. This is GBP roast, GBP roast. On your Google business profile, it's about to go down. We roasting and reacting. We ain't come to play. 20 years in SEO. JP, Lambo, and Dre, bringing facts and guests. Oh yeah, we bring the dopeness. Welcome to the show. Hope your profile don't get roasted.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, let's go into the very first reaction video, guys. This is the first one.
Ooh.
The
Check this one
biggest
out.
recommendation we have for streamlining local marketing is actually working with local influencers. We know influencers have become a bigger thing over the years. It's kind of gone up and down trend wise. But something that we always forget about is there is a big disconnect between our business and our customers sometimes. And we need someone to bridge that gap for us and make us seem a little bit more like the customers, right? So that's where local influencers can help promote your business authentically, whether it's through user generated content, whether it's providing them a space to come, give them a little bit of free food or free product to help drive a little bit more engagement and kind of provide a win-win for those influencers and for your business.
Yeah, I
Cheers,
think
guys.
that
Yeah.
definitely there's definitely opportunities there.
Yeah.
But man, you've got to be really careful of not biting off more than you can chew, paying them too much money. Um, they can get you an audience, right? And make you be hip and cool because they look good on camera and they came into your popcorn shop or whatever and they ordered something and they got a great video. It's just you really have to look at the ROI because you might get a ton of excitement and engagement However, are they really local? Was there an offer, right? Still have to kind of go back to the core of marketing, which is taking action. What's the benefit? Why should I do it? Rather than, oh, yeah, she looks sexy in that candy shop. You know, like, okay. So just be careful who you work with and what your real goal is.
Yeah, and it definitely it's going to be niche specific too. You're probably not going to have a local influencer for like a plum or something like that. I mean, I used to do like club promotions in my younger youth days, many years ago before I did SEO. And I would have had loved to be able to have the technology that we have now back then, because it just would help push, a lot of traffic to people's sites. Back then it was Facebook was kind of still like brand new. Actually, I know back then it was MySpace, excuse me. So
Yeah.
definitely could be helpful, especially if someone is a big influencer, especially here in the Bay Area. We have a lot of foodies in the area. We have all types of restaurants here, so I could see restaurants, for example, being a big thing for that, getting foot traffic from an influencer.
Got it. I mean, have you guys actually used any influencers yourself with
I
any?
never have. I would say we've probably have created some like personas to go on like different
Oh,
forums and things like that, but never actually hired an influencer.
I coordinated with a few, not for clients. When I was at my other office building, it also had a lot of other retailers and a wide variety of businesses. And I was coordinating the social media for the entire mall as such. So I have definitely know how it works. A better solution would be actually to go look at like a little mommy group or a specific group, or even be just be an advertiser for that promoter, rather than having the influencer come in and do something. It's great you're getting the eyeballs and people looking at it, but are they really going to take action? That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
got it. All right, let's check out reaction video number 2.
So we created a coverage page for our client that lists all the areas that they operate in. This page is structured to link internally to individual location pages. So if you click on Gravesend, it will take you to a page dedicated to that location. This approach strengthens the internal linking structure of the site, ensuring it's well organized and optimized for search engines.
So coverage pages. What's your thoughts on coverage pages?
So it sounds like he's doing like points of presence pages. So basically trying to build local relevance from the sound of it. Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, it's like internal linking. Let's talk about
like a city page. So the one thing that we actually teach is we don't do any like points of preference relevant pages. Like if we're focusing in Dallas, we're not putting like, hey, check out this statue in Dallas or check out this landmark. We don't do any of that. We really build everything off of their main GMB location. So it'll have basically, even in my URLs, most of the time it just has the brand / city state. It doesn't even say what the service is. But that whole page represents everything that you actually offer in that city. And then it links out to other additional service pages, and then additional city pages after that. So think of it, everything is like a giant train station. Everything's coming into one main hub, and then you're linking out to the individual city plus service pages, and then the other cities that you service. But using something like that by just putting a random map embed because you cover that city is not going to be advantageous for you. It won't help you in the long run. It actually dilutes your overall structure and website.
I'm thinking, you mentioned something about geofencing, like having a geofence page. Is that something similar?
Or Geo-Hub, it's probably...
Or Geo-Hub, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically, so think of it as like, let's say you service, we'll focus here in the Bay Area. Let's say you service San Francisco, Walnut Creek, and Oakland. You have your main GMB location in Oakland, California. And then basically what you do is you list all the services that you offer in Oakland. And then you also link out to the individual service plus city page. So example, you'd have Oakland, and H2 would be Oakland drain cleaning. And then you would have something like Oakland faucet repair, and that links out to those external Oakland plus faucet repair pages. And on the bottom of that page, it'll link out to like San Francisco, Walnut Creek, and other cities in the area.
Keith, how are you like doing that? Are you creating something similar, or is this?
So you look at your GMB as it has a coverage area, which could be the valley, the county, right? You can only go so far in that coverage, right? 15, 30 minutes, 30 miles, whatever. But when you're ranking, the more competition there is, it's harder to get that proximity and have that push on the prominence, right? So you can maybe have a town inside the city or the area or a neighborhood, and maybe you can link over to that and talk about the town within the city, right, or within the major metro. That's a way that we just allow the Geo-Hub to become more and more powerful.
Got it. Got it. All right. Let's check out video number 3.
Usually, the local SEO with semantics is about creating 2 topical maps, one for your industry, one for your locality. Yes. And you need to connect them together. But in this situation, you need to just bind them together. For example, for rental center create, we were actually writing things about beaches or nightclubs or churches or ancient cities, but it was always about going there by renting a car. You should understand the context or concept of macro and micro context here. Yes. From the top of the page, we are connected to query in terms of location, but from bottom, it is about car renting. And we always flow our internal links to the rental car section or rental car create section all the time. For your local businesses, you can always actually use this. You can cover more entities for that region. And from the bottom of the page, you can always connect to your main topic and service.
All right, a little advanced there.
I mean, that's kind of similar to what we were going over. Just the only caveat is like if you're going to be listing like landmarks and things to go to when you rent a car, you're mainly talking about the city, or you're basically like car rental in Dallas is your main page, and then you can talk about like places to go, while you're there. If it's, again, this is going to be niche specific. The example that he uses for car rental, that example would work fine. But you want to be careful again with creating too many pages that maybe aren't going to be necessarily relevant, for car rental. There could be specific laws in Texas too. Like if you're renting a car in Texas, things that like you have to be at least 25 years or older. To rent a car, different airports, different landmarks, places where to rent a car. Those are the types of things that you want to write about. So, don't get into, how to rent a car and you create an entire blog and that you're going to rank that nationally. That's not going to help you locally. So think about things that you can write topically about renting a car in that city.
Keith, is there anything?
Don't make it easy. Talk about things people want, right? You are a car rental place. You probably want to give them things to do, right? Almost as a slight touristy tour guide. How far will it go to get there? Good places to eat, places to get gas or snacks, right?
Okay.
That's going to be a much more better and effective because again, you're focused on the user, the audience. What do they really want to do with your product?
Yep. Got it. All right. Let's get into our next segment of the show. Right here.
Yeah, we're going to verify some GMBs right now.
Let's go.
How we doing?
That's how we do it. This Tech Stack. Tech Stack Stock with JP. Let's go.
Alrighty. So today we're going to be going over a really, I would say, fairly new concept. There are some providers out there that do already provide a similar service like this. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So one great way that you can do this works extremely well for service companies. So I'm talking like locksmiths, plumbers, electricians, and things like that. So essentially what you could do is we created just a small application where this allows the technician out in the field to actually do a job check-in. So basically what they'll do is they'll be able to log into an account online, maybe through your website. You could even build a phone application that would talk to your website. And essentially what they're doing is just a way for them to check in where they're physically located at their customer's house. So what this would do is you can upload a photo. So I picked just a random photo here. It's a locksmith rekey. And then it'll actually tag the actual location of where that technician is physically located. And then you can write a little blurb saying, doing a rekey in Boise, Idaho. You can create an alt tag, which is basically just tagging the actual photo. So you just have a little blurb. So it could be Boise rekey service. And then basically what this is going to do, it'll actually tag the actual location. And then it will actually tag the GPS location of where that technician is. And then you have a little blurb here with that photo. And basically what you're doing is you're building relevance via location. By tagging different GPS spots that your technicians are out in the field working. Not only that, you can also do something really great too, because most of our cell phones will actually tag the GPS data with that photo. Once you upload it to the website, this website is geotagged as well. You can also then add this into your Google Business profile. Maybe you can create a post with this information using this photo, doing the blurb and kind of showcasing where that technician is at, and then match everything back to this page of where you're saving this information. You can build something like this pretty easily. I would recommend, if this is something, you can go to Upwork, and usually they'll, which is basically run by Google, where someone can log in with an email and password in order to do something like this. So this is really great because you can have a separate page that basically builds relevance with all the jobs that you've done, and you're getting all this GPS information tagged to this page. So it's really showcasing everything that the work is being completed. And that actually helps your overall proximity, which is the ultimate goal, is being seen in as much wide of an area as possible. So that's what I wanted to share here.
So would this be posted? So like if you create this tool, would this be for a client, and then they would have their employees do this, and then
so
that photo would go to their site? It would show up publicly?
Exactly. So they would just basically just log into something wherever, and then you have it wherever is set to say this information. It could be on like a portfolio page or something like that.
Okay.
One thing too we've done sometimes too is create a WordPress plugin, and a lot of times with plugins you can create a little short code, and you can actually insert whatever page you want this information to show with just that short code. So if you want to put this on all your location pages or just one page, then there's multiple ways of doing it.
Interesting. Are you using something similar, Keith? Like something like for clients, or clients doing something?
No, that's a specialized product.
Okay.
Something that a software we're working on. But no.
Oh, so this is actually something you guys actually work on as well? This is going to be something.
Yeah, this is something we're going to be implementing into our platform.
Nice. And then you said, like, I mean, if someone wants to go ahead and build it themselves, you said go Fiverr. I mean, is this something like hard to do? Would it cost a lot for a company?
No, it wouldn't cost a lot. I would say probably, you could probably get it done for around $1,000 to $1,500 to get this done. You can get a plugin built. But yeah, we use something through Firebase, which is just easy to authenticate user login and password. And then you just basically choose on the back end which page this would save to. If it's a WordPress, you can create a plugin that would actually, again, create that short code, so you can put that short code on any page to basically display this information.
Okay. So if someone wanted to do this and go and say, hey, I want to get this created for him, what would be like the steps to ask for, so they can tell the person, the developer, what to do?
So this is actually, you can actually go to proofpins.jordanpierce.net and actually see this live. So if you want to actually kind of see how it works and play around with it, you can. And then you can actually show this to, your developer and say, hey, I want something kind of similar to this where the technician can log in, and then I can be able to post this on any page that I want.
Cool. Proofpins.jordanpierce.net. Proofpins.jordanpierce.net.
I'll put it
in
the
the
chat here, and then you can share it in the group.
All right. Love it. All right. While he does that, let's go into our next segment.
La 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 la, Lambo's World. La 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 la, la 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 la, Lambo's World. Lambo likes conversions and SEO too. That's Lambo's World.
Oh, yes. So we are talking about writing lines, not sentences. What's that about?
Yeah, it's how people, they don't really read pages. They really look at it in chunks. So let me open up this puppy And we'll be good to go here. Actually, yeah, let's just share the whole window. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Lambo's World. All right, so you guys, you see like a part of a blank page, how people read pages?
How people read pages, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like, I see like a
Right. So
dots and wires and
exactly. So that's sort of part of a like a heat map of where humans' eyes are at. And
okay.
as folks are, you know, it's really, they don't really read the words on the page, right? Our attention spans now, and especially on a mobile phone, they're just quickly scanning. And experts have gone through this and they started to call this like layer cakes. So if you look at the picture on the right, you'll see that there's different layers of all those dots. Sometimes they can have patterns like an F and a C and even a Z pattern. Now you're like, Lambo, what the heck? I don't see the F pattern, it's backwards. That's because this particular example I wanted to show you is in Arabic. So you have a backwards F. Notice where their eyes are focused on the main headlines, right? They go to the female picture. They jump down to some of the blank text area. They're definitely reading headlines, opening sentences. And this is where, to be clear and concise with your words, you got to get rid of those extra adjectives, right? Extra prepositions. You know, this is where sometimes our AI writing models and even foreign writers just, they have a tough time being simple, clear with their messaging. Any weak adverbs, right? Like the word very, it's not needed, get rid of it. And then you can be helpful with your informational copy and try to make it persuasive as well. That quality writing, right? As you disrupt that pattern as they scroll, that quality writing is going to get them to stop and be engaged. And here you want to write in lines, okay? Now, you look off on the right-hand side here. Notice how there's not a giant paragraph. It's actually broken down and chunked into little chunks of data that we can absorb much quicker and easier. So if you take on a mobile phone, whether it's 375 wide, 412 wide, you really want to pay attention to how many lines of text before you want to do a hard return, or you may want to just shorten that sentence down. You might tell your VAs, you might tell your writers, I need 20 sentences, I need 3 sentences. No. You really need to think about the lines of text. Break up those long strings, and then again, break the monotony of people scrolling. Get creative, all caps, first letter capitalized. You see that a lot in AdWords. Why? It really gets people to stop and read each headline, and that's important. Any kind of symbols or digits and even emojis, it all really helps break up that monotony for people to read. Bolding that main idea, and of course, from an SEO point of view, if you can bold, if you notice on the right-hand side, this is talking about mascara and eyelash extensions. The word eyelash extension is bolded. If you just design a logical path of your user's thought sequence, that's going to certainly greatly help you get and boost those conversions. That's it, kids.
So wait, designing a logical path. What's an exercise for someone to like design a logical path of their user?
You really need to step into, excuse me, you really need to step into your user's shoes, right? What's their most common concern, common questions? So you want to address them earlier. Then if you address that, what might be the next thing that might make them, have a negative resistance or have some sort of anxiety? Try to overcome that. And if you just think how they logically would kind of go through the sequence, just like a funnel, right? answer the big questions and then just let them scroll and let them go down the page.
Answer the question. So, I mean, I hear a lot about people also ask. I mean, is this something that you want to like put in there and answer to find that funnel? Like,
It's not going to be the first thing, right? But like on a service page, I use them a lot, and I monitor. You guys can use the free Clarity Microsoft product that will record screens and show what people do. They will stop at those FAQs, and especially if you use like an accordion method. So they will, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So they'll click in and it'll open up and give them more information. Then they see the question, they can quickly scan. Oh, that's what I have a concern on, is the cost or the warranty, or how long does it take, or how dirty is it going to be, right? They open that up, they read those questions. Another huge SEO factor, they stay on your page and they stay engaged. When they open up that question, that's a perfect opportunity for you to give them another link, maybe over to a blog or over to another page to learn more.
From that graphic they showed was lines. It's like a Z, and then there's the F. It looks like that second icon was mid. It's like they don't look at that second icon. Is that just like, so when you think about it by just looking at that?
Depend. Like we've talked a lot about in old Lambo's world for conversion rate optimization, big headlines, they're going to read that, right? They're also going to see colors and any kind of graphic, and it's okay to have dead space. So really it's just going to depend. That was just more of an example to sort of break our mind of saying, hey, wait, that's really good, biological evidence that yes, even in a country that reads from right to left, they also read, because it's humans, right?
Yeah.
We're going to see the most important thing first and then go down the page.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah. Anything to ask, JP?
Yeah, I think one thing that's cool too is Keith does a really good job at tracking this. He uses Microsoft Clarity to kind of see where people's eyes are going, and so Keith has actually really developed a really great template that we're putting into public this year. That actually, because he's been able to track where people's eyes are going, their cursors are going, that he's there's certain spots where you want to put a certain conversion here, like maybe a web form here or a click to call for the phone number. Or just more information. So there's a lot of things like where you can actually see, if you put some type of a heat map on your site, you're able to kind of see the trail of how people are navigating through your page. So
it's free. It's called Microsoft Clarity.
Microsoft Clarity is free. So
yeah, Clarity is a good one.
It's a pretty light one. There's some of them that are a little bit more JavaScript heavy. This one is pretty light. It doesn't really bog down your site too much. And it basically records the mouse movements and the scrolls and things like that. So you're really able to see, what's happening on your web pages.
Nice. Great tool to use, especially just to like understand where, because if it doesn't really follow the traditional method, it's like then you need to fix something, right? Because
if you see them bouncing around everywhere,
it's like
really quick, and if you have way too much text, it's really obvious people don't want to read it all. They'll just keep scrolling down and try to find something to what the next conversion point is, which is hopefully if it's a local business, they're gonna call you or fill out a form. So
most people design on the desktop view and they really forget that easily 60 to
and we're mobile first.
are on a phone. Yeah. And you clearly could see, you're like, wow, that makes a big difference when you really think about the phone layout. Now, with an advanced dev, you can mess with the CSS and you can even have things appear differently. I don't even always go that far because I don't mind having a little bit of white space, that blank space on a desktop. People will scroll, that's fine, but they will go up and they'll go down. So all you want to do is, how can I get them to really break that monotony, and what's the most important thing I need to say to get my point across?
And Googlebot too, they mainly are scanning through their mobile browser. So, that's extremely important too. If you're not mobile friendly, you're going to get lost in the weeds.
All right, love it. Great tips today. Love it, love it. Thank you so much. Let's go into our roasting, our GBP roast. Let's get the roast. The first one today is Keith. You gonna pull that one up here?
Okay, I have a confession to make. I may have watched the Motley Crue Girls video. Actually, I recorded it and then watched it in slow motion and paused it. I'm telling you, kids, with the 4K now and the 1080p, I didn't have that, okay? I had this little blurred butt, whatever. Anyways. All right, let's go. Go for it, JP.
Oh, you want me to share it?
Oh, I can do whatever. Whoever's up. Let's tag team this.
All right, let's see this one. This is to be on theme from where I'm at here in Hollywood. I think this waited for the guys. I'm like, hey, I'm here in Hollywood and I'm here attending a XBiz. So let's stay on theme here.
Now, Billy, if you are 12 years old or younger, Dre, you need to make sure you mark this as not for children, okay? Because there might be some special education here, and we're gonna have to be really careful.
All right. Well, I checked the website. There's nothing. Everything should be safe for work. So
viewer discretion advised.
It's safe for work. And hey, it's a car shop, right? Or we're talking about a car shop?
Yeah, it's an auto body shop. Yeah.
It's an auto body shop. It's an auto body shop.
That's one of the funniest things. I have it pulled up. If you want, I can give you it quick. What do you want to do, JP?
So a couple things. Let me go ahead. Do you want to share your screen or do you want me to share mine? I can share mine.
Oh, you're on mute, Keith.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Share your screen.
Okay.
All right.
So the business is the Body Shop. They're located in Hollywood, California. So one thing that I always pay attention to, you'll notice me talk about this as a trend on this show, is I always look at the business name, the relevance, and what the competitors are doing versus location to the centroid of the city that they're trying to target or that they're actually physically located in. It looks like there's actually a little bit of a bug happening with this, unfortunately, with their actual location. So, but
well, maybe it's weird because
Body Shop West Hollywood, is that, or that Body
Shop? Yeah, I'm in Hollywood right now, so it's like
Gentlemen's Club Hollywood.
And here in Hollywood, when I searched
I pulled up the actual link that was in there rather than search the word. By the way, kids, boys and girls, this is a personal message again. There are so many strip clubs in Hollywood that it really gets confused for boys like us trying to pick the best one. Okay, so we'll help you. We'll teach you how to do this. Okay.
So the biggest thing that I see is, a lot of these guys, I mean, this is pretty spammed out, unfortunately. I mean, they're all types of keywords in here. Los Angeles. I mean, what is it? Hunkomania is probably the name of the business.
Look at all the dollars.
Yeah. So, let me make sure I get an actual representation of the results.
One thing that was so damn funny, if you search Body Shop in Google Maps, okay, so that's the name of the particular one that we were going to look at. It was Body Shop.
Yep.
There's 2 automotive body shops that are advertising for the search.
Yeah.
Oh, they're advertising?
Yes. It appeared. I clicked on that link you shared, and I'm like, automotive, and I'm like, oh no, this is a titty bar. Like, what? This is wrong. Oh.
So all these guys are putting Hollywood in the name. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where business name relevance is definitely still a huge key.
Ooh, 69 reviews.
Reviews is going to be a big one. These guys have just complete dog shit reviews. I mean,
let's see.
Pretty
82.
bad. No.
They
two,
ripped
three
me
months.
off. I paid $800 for cheap vodka.
I
This
mean,
is the worst.
if people are having a negative experience at your business, that's actually going to demote your
Uh,
business. It's going to demote you in rank. It's not necessarily saying that you need to start spamming your business name, but having a bad experience
mhm.
that it's going
Look,
to eventually start dropping you.
nightmare,
It
rude.
was a
Those
nightmare.
horrible.
If you guys watched the show a few episodes ago, I talk about review sentiment, and these are completely negative, nightmare, like
Horrible.
horrible. Like this is your business, and these are not being addressed at all by the business owner. That's a huge concern as well.
Ah,
You should be responding to the reviews. If it was a legitimate, like, hey, there's a major problem. We had 20 guys coming in from a party bus, and one of the guys accidentally broke a table, but the management just handled it. Like, you got to really cover your butts if it's an actual story and an actual review that people are having a bad experience.
Special message from Lambo again. I understand, boys. You spend all that money and they don't even love you at the end, right? You deserve to be mad, okay? You're drunk, you're horny, and they took your money. Big surprise.
all right.
These
The
guys
public
all
announcement.
these guys
Say.
all have completely terrible reviews.
Well, and so even if they're negative, we should respond to it. But like, what can we? I mean, we talk about like how we're going to improve it, or like kind of empathize.
Kind of empathize. Maybe beg for them to change the review if it's something. Hey, can you reach out to us and talk to the review person? That, hey, please give us a call. We'd like to make it up to you. And then that could even be an opportunity for them to go back into the review and change it. But again, you have to be careful. That's kind of a gray area, because if you start trying to influence people's reviews, that could get you into trouble with the FTC. So it's kind of a fine line. Photos, obviously, I don't know a lot about Google's rules on content, but it's good that they're showing the overall place and layout. Obviously, you're not going to be able to show
me
anything
the
beyond
product. I need to see the product, Jordan.
You can't see the actual product, Keith.
You go to the website, you're gonna see a whole show.
I mean, how about if it's like, I mean, you can show pictures of like your entertainers, right? I mean, just not like.
Not like, I mean, probably if they're clothed.
Yeah.
But definitely, like, if even for most of these reviews, even they're pretty bad. There's not really there's one photo here. This is left from a user. So again,
now, I haven't been to a lot of strip clubs. Okay, a few. Usually, you're not allowed to take pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can take
pictures. And I don't know that from
getting
personal experience or being thrown out.
You can't take
or
pictures
leaving a
in
bad
there.
review.
Yeah.
Okay. Just saying.
So yeah.
So you can't take pictures in there, but if people are having a good experience, if you got your your guy posse coming in on the party bus, take a picture of you guys in front of the building and things like that. So obviously these guys just don't really care about their reputation.
Yeah.
That's from what I see.
So for them, you would if they did, you would tell this owner right now, if you want to fix this, you should go respond. And
look at this review 8 years ago. These guys, so obviously this business has been, these guys have been in business for at least 8 years.
They're the best strip club in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Now,
and they're not doing any branding to
strip club. If you do search strip club near me, or strip club Hollywood, they're organically they're number 3.
Are they?
Yeah. So they do have, if it's long established and it's an older domain, even though they have a lot of, on-page issues, they're not.
So thoughts on that? Like, if say you like, they rank well organically, and then versus they don't show up in maps. They got like six down. I mean, like, for that establishment, right? Like, they would want to focus on maps, right? Because that's where like people the intent to go there.
That's where everything's going is, people
Yeah.
want to, especially if guys are out or women are out and about and they want to just happen to go to a club after, they're looking at the location to place to go. And if I'm reading a bunch of shitty 1-star reviews, I'm not going here.
Mhm.
There's no way in hell. So
Challenge too, they're in West Hollywood and they're sort of on the edge of the business, area, just north of Sunset Strip. So they might be good for locals, right? And, walking distance to the Whiskey A Go-Go, but they're not, as JP mentions, in the centroid of other strip clubs. They're on the edge. So
Yeah.
that's going to give them a concern for trying to rank on maps easier.
And I would expect to see something like this because West Hollywood is considered a different accredited city than actual Hollywood. So I would expect to see something like this.
Oh, so now you did West Hollywood instead of Hollywood.
I did West Hollywood instead of Hollywood. So these are things that I would expect to see. These guys look like they're probably actually in, well,
yeah, that's down the street right now. It's like literally like
down the street
for me.
So West Hollywood's right here. So again, if I were to choose, even these, the fact that these guys have been around for a long time and they just don't care about their reputation is kind of concerning. Even on the website, there's hardly anything about that. They don't even mention, they might mention Gentlemen's Club maybe once or twice on here. They says they're in, Hollywood, there's nothing. This text is really hard to read. You got the girl in the background. It's on white again.
And it's nothing but sell. They just want
your website. Your website is the driving force for Google Business. It's really what helps you. If you have a really stellar website that's ranking well organically, usually, not all the time, but usually it starts to trickle into maps, and your maps kind of starts to natural rank as well. So you kind of have to pick one or the other, and their website is just it doesn't look like it's been updated. It's very flashy, and
go over to the gallery. There's a girl there.
No,
don't go to the gallery.
No, she has the nicest boots. Gene Simmons would be so proud of that. I'm telling you.
Contact, if there's anything here that you guys have watched, getting different points of like, hey, how can I get there from different parts of the city? I'm coming from the south side of LA County. There's just, there's nothing here. Again, your website is really what helps you overall. If anything, gonna help you with your Google Business.
Well, how's the call to action? It says VIP reservations. Is that like for CRO? Is that like good? Just putting it right straight?
To me, no, because you tell me that there's the only time that I can do anything is reserve anything. I have to be VIP.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
It makes you anxious, right?
Like
the
bachelor
human
parties.
Will say, the human will say why, right? That's like, well, why VIP reservations? Is it required? And suddenly the brain just goes off of all the reasons why not to do it.
Interesting.
So
all right,
these guys just obviously don't really care about their branding either. There's not a lot of
they do really good job marketing
boots. Like boots, like
I'm not sure how tall.
So the body shop, Yelp comes up. A collision. So collision.
Yeah.
Then
and go to where people are talking about you. If you see something on Reddit, go to that place and where people are talking about you, if they are talking about you, and respond. The search results in Google really give you a lot of clues on things that you should be focusing on. So let me just type in Gentlemen's Club Hollywood. So usually in most search results, there's a forum section, which just happens to not be in this one, but you want to go to where, they're pretty ranked decently here for Gentlemen's Club Hollywood. But again, there's nothing that's being done to the actual Google Business profile. Branding hasn't been done a lot. There's not a lot of places where people are talking about that.
There's a Reddit.
Yeah, there's a Reddit here. They have their social profile set up too, which, you know, and looks like on Facebook and Instagram, and I think they had it on TikTok. But yeah, again, it's one of those things. If other third-party sites are talking about your brand, then that's where you want to be.
Yeah, got it.
I looked at the how old the domain is. You know, I thought, yeah, that's interesting. You know, if they're not doing well on their public relations, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's 5-10 years old. No, was registered in August of 23. What's interesting too is you carefully look at the domain. It says bodyshopweho.com, or sorry, West Hollywood.
Oh, I actually was reading. I was reading it like different. But maybe, but I think that is. I think that's what they call it here, because I did see a lot of WeHo signs.
WeHo? Is that their
from
thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like kind of like their Soho, you know, or Soma, you know, South
someone
Market.
who's
Yeah.
not local isn't going to know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I started seeing a ton of that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the Boise downtown is known as Bodo, B-O-D.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you got the
Got it.
Body Shop Los Angeles, and then you got the Body Shop the Entertainment
Visit the
Club.
body shop.
Oh, so they're competing with the actual body shop, car shop. Yeah.
It's
Got
just
it.
to me, it comes down to branding. You know, something like this. I listened to. There's a really good branding guy named John Taffer. He mainly, if you ever watched the show Bar Rescue,
Yeah.
really, really talks about branding and being a huge thing. And these guys, just to me, I would change the name, but
There you
that's
go.
just me. But yeah.
Welcome to the body shop.
All right, guys. That one there just took us all the way to the end here. It was great stuff. I mean, here we analyze every single business. I mean, even adult businesses like that. I mean, you can see how it can get confusing with even a car, like a totally different industry, right? Like
that's why it's business name is everything, and that's what people need to focus on. That's why a lot of these updates that Google's doing, they're trying to battle against that business name relevance. It's very, very hard task for them to do. And again, if you don't pick something that's unique, you're going to be, you know, competing with auto shops, and you probably don't want that.
Yeah. All right, guys. That concludes another episode of the GBP Show.
Hey, GBP roast, GBP roast. Sorry, you in danger. Right now, I gotta flame you. This is GBP roast, GBP roast. On your Google business profile, it's about to go down. We roasting and reacting. We ain't come to play. 20 years in SEO. JP, Lambo, and Dre, bringing facts and guests. Oh yeah, we bring the dopeness. Welcome to the show. Hope your profile don't get roasted.
All right, stop.